I once told someone that Annabelle is the definition of a true friend. Annabelle Glass is the type of quiet amazing that I've always admired. Whether she's running for student body, running the newspaper, or running for me to write nice notes in my agenda, she succeeds when everyone or no one is watching, and that's truly an incredible skill. I've been honored to have Annabelle in my life for the past 6 years, and I know she'll continue to succeed and run things in college and beyond. So please let me introduce the neighborhood crew's finest, one of my closest friends, Annabelle Glass.
I never was the type of person to step up in class. During our class discussions, I would try to speak as little as possible, and I would always stray away from stepping up or being a leader in class. I thought I just didn't have the skill set, and that I would make too many mistakes in a leadership role. Despite this, in the 10th grade, with enough pushing from some of my friends, I decided to join the newspaper, not just as a staff writer, but also as an editor. When I went into my first year of newspaper, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I had never held a leadership position before. Most of all, I was nervous. I felt like I was so underqualified, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to support the staff writers because of this. As the year progressed, newspaper grew on me, and I noticed I had a better handle on what the job entailed than I originally thought. I was surprised at how much the class relied on collaboration, and it's one of the parts of the class that I've enjoyed most throughout the years. Even the editors-in-chief relied so heavily on the staff writers to come up with content ideas and design themes for our print editions. My second year of newspaper, I moved up and I became the managing editor for our class. As I looked back at the previous year, I realized I needed to be a better leader in class. I wasn't sure how to approach improving myself. I felt like with a higher position in newspaper, I needed to know everything about the programs we used and everything about writing. And I was so terrified of delegating work to my staff. The fear of making a mistake or giving the wrong edits on a story were ever present. Much like my first year of newspaper, the year went differently than I expected. While I did have to step up and take more responsibility in the class, I also realized that I didn't need to know everything 100% of the time. Newspaper was such a team effort. If I wasn't sure what to do design-wise, I could always ask another editor for help. And if I wasn't sure what edits to give on a story, I could always sit down with the writer and we could discuss what changes best fit their story. I learned that being a leader isn't just being able to tell others what to do. It's being able to collaborate, and that you don't need to know what you're doing 100% of the time. As I approached my senior year, I moved up into the co-EIC position in our class. But unfortunately, this year newspaper was cut as a class. When I heard this news, I was devastated. Newspaper was one of the only classes that I always looked forward to. Our staff discussed moving our class into a club, and once again I was revisited by this feeling of being underqualified. I had never ran a club before all by myself, and I wasn't sure how we would even go about converting a class into a club. We'd have to meet once a week, and we would have to do everything online. However, while I was going through this moment of worry, I was reminded by the rest of the staff that there would be many benefits that would come with our class turning into a club. I was once again reminded that newspaper is such a team effort. I didn't have to know everything right away, and part of being an effective leader is being able to work with others. I remembered also that I had been successful in my editor positions before, so I could do it again, even if the newspaper had to look a bit different. And with that being said, I'm happy to announce that newspaper is still up and running, and this week we're releasing our first online stories. Freshman year me would have never imagined that I would have grown into a leadership role like this. We might not always think we have what it takes to be a leader, but I'm here to tell you that you definitely do. I spent way too much time in high school obsessing over if I was actually qualified to be a leader than going out and experiencing it firsthand. I should have realized that no leader knows what they're doing 100% of the time. Leadership is give and take. It's more than just telling people what to do. It's also giving guidance, and more than anything, it's collaboration. Newspaper has helped me find my voice and recognize that even I could be a leader. So I want to leave you with this. Even if it's raising your hand more in class or getting involved with a new club, I encourage you to go out and be the leader you already are. Thank you.